Hi, I'm Greg Crawford with the Friday News Dump, brought to you by World News Trust. Shut down! It's the only thing people are talking about right now, and with good reason. Unfortunately, the Tea Party clowns in Congress are incapable of reason. Progressive panty-waist whine, "Oh, you shouldn't demonize them just because you disagree with them," to which I say, it is time for you to shut the hell up. They are demons, you idiots, and they are demons of the most malevolent sort. But they would not have achieved such influence if you had stood up to them from the get-go and called them out for the malicious sociopaths they are, instead of being sniveling, obsequious cowards that you are. Do any of you remember reading about Neville Chamberlain? No? He was the British Prime Minister who chose to appease Hitler by ceding Sudetenland, a German-speaking region of Czechoslovakia, to Nazi Germany in 1938. If Chamberlain had taken a strong stand against Hitler then, rather than signing the Munich Pact, things might have been very, very different. But it is what it is, and now we got to deal with it. Before mealy-mouthed mainstream lizards like David Gregory or Chuck Todd get to define the issue in terms that are pleasing to the corporatists and bankers that are the idols of their sycophantic adoration, let's strip this cataclysmic clusterfuck down to the naked truth. First, the sole reason for the existence of the Republican Party is to represent the interest of the bigs. Big business, big coal, big oil, big pharmaceuticals, big agribusiness, big biochemicals, big assholes. Sadly, there are plenty of Judases on the supposedly enlightened side of the aisle, too. But the GOP used to have a few rational moderates in their ranks. And the greed-crazed psychotics that run the bigs can't abide anything that might impede their rapacious and insatiable demand for profit at any cost. So two of the most evil mutants to ever foul planet Earth, Charles and David Koch, surreptitiously started a grassroots organization called the Tea Party. They encouraged deluded mental defectives who were desperate for some drama in their dreary double-wide lives to protest and demonstrate in support of the Koch's radical policies and against their own best interests. The stupidity of these people is perfectly illustrated by a sign at one of the rallies that read, "Keep your government hands off my Medicare." Enough said. Then, a few wild-eyed whack jobs saw an opportunity to gain a thin film of legitimacy for their tinfoil beanie delusions, and they decided to run for office under the Tea Party banner, screeching to the few that would listen, as well as the millions that didn't want to, that Republicans weren't conservative enough. And some of them won. You could almost hear 2/3 of the nation's electorate gasping in unison, "Oh shit." At one time or another, everyone has seen a delinquent child on a destructive rampage. Well, those children go bigger, but they never grow up. They are hardwired for malice, and nothing will ever change them. They are pathological liars, utterly devoid of empathy for other human beings. All that matters to them is getting their own way, no matter what the cost to others or even to themselves. For example, I used to work with a person that readily admitted that she always had to have someone to hate. She systematically attacked nearly everyone in the company, fabricating evidence of their transgressions. She had amassed such power that she thought herself immune to accountability. She was responsible for a couple of large clients severing their ties with the company, but she didn't care that she was destroying her own source of income. She was causing pain, and she was loving it. In desperation, the owners finally closed the doors, but the damage had already been done. They'd been warned, but they'd hemmed and hawed and made excuses until it was too late to salvage anything from the wreckage. Well, the wreckage of Congress, and especially the House of Representatives, is fast approaching a similar point of no return, and for similar reasons. And that's just what the few infantile anarchists that are causing all this trouble so fervently desire. They are so deliriously happy with the havoc they're causing that I doubt that they've even given any thought to what the consequences of their actions might be, or even if they even know why they did it in the first place. But rational and observant people know exactly why. Which brings us back to the bigs. The CEOs of the bigs and their shifty-eyed supporters think they should be immune from any legal constraints on their rapacious depredations. If you doubt it, just read what little has leaked out about the Trans-Pacific Partnership and be afraid. Be very afraid. Or you could pay attention to the news every day and connect the dots. It ain't that hard. They don't even try to hide it anymore. In fact, they brag about it. Now, you thought Superman's archenemy Lex Luthor was bad with his "I want to rule the world" nonsense. I got news for you. These creeps make Lex Luthor look like a choir boy, and they're real. And get this through your heads. Corporatism is a malevolent evil incarnate. Period. It has insidiously permeated every aspect of our daily lives, like the tentacles of a malignant tumor. It will eventually succeed in enslaving each and every one of us to one degree or another, unless we stop it. And the Republicans are turning themselves inside out to help the corporatists do it, unless we stop them. Republican extremists have become so destructive that it would not be unreasonable to consider banning the party altogether. Hell, ban both parties, and make people run for office on their own merits in publicly funded campaigns of short duration. Well, yeah, that might take a while. But if you still insist on voting Republican, you deserve whatever happens to you. The rest of us do not.